I strenuously disagree with Tony Romo. I vehemently disagree with Tony Romo. Patrick Mahomes is 25 years of age. There's so much left of his career. And this is what I don't get. Everybody is quick to dismiss if Patrick Mahomes does not beat Tom Brady, there's no way he can catch Tom Brady. Nobody ever said that about Brady. Well, if he lose one of these Super Bowls, there's no way he can catch Joe. Now, remember, Skip, he won 3, then he lost 2 before he won another one, and then he lost another one. Now, he lost 2 of those Super Bowls, 3 of those 3 Super Bowls. He lost to Eli Manning and Nick Foles. Nobody said, now, if he loses any Super Bowls, he can't catch Joe. We just, okay, he got this many, he won, okay, boom, he's better than Joe. That's what we say. Nobody said, now, if Jordan loses, he lost to Bird twice. He lost to Isaiah 3 times. He went on, won championships. He's the GOAT. I don't get why everybody tries to come up with a reason why no one can pass Tom Brady. Tom Brady lost the Super Bowl. He lost twice, back-to-back Super Bowls, to Eli Manning. He lost to Nick Foles. And in 3 of those Super Bowls, he lost, he lost putting up 14 points, 17 points, and then he won a Super Bowl scoring 13 points. Joe Montana never threw an interception in the Super Bowl and never scored less than 20 points. My only problem is that why is that we're trying to come up with reasons why no one can ever, no matter what they do, catch or surpass Tom Brady. I don't look at it like that. So who's to say, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, Patrick Mahomes loses this game, but then he turns around and wins 4 he wins 4 Super Bowls. So in actuality, he's 5-1. Really? So I just don't get it. It just seems to me everybody is trying to put up a reason, a wall or barrier to why someone, mainly Patrick Mahomes, because he's off to such a great start, why he can't pass Tom Brady for the simple fact, well, if Brady wins, look, Patrick Mahomes can play really, really well and still lose because we've seen that. We've seen guys play really we just saw Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers really outplayed Tom Brady. But Tom Brady teams won the game because they made a play here or there, and the defense was outstanding. So we've seen this. We've seen Tom Brady play his last Super Bowl he won, Skip. He wasn't spectacular, didn't throw a touchdown, had an interception, but they won. So let's stop this notion. Let the game play out. Let's see when it's all said and done with Patrick Mahomes' career, how many Super Bowls does he have? How many MVPs does he have? And then we can get a fair assessment. But to say in year 4 that if he loses this game, he can't pass Tom Brady, I disagree with.
I am equally offended by this statement for an incredibly different reason than you just gave. I ask you, Mr. Sharpe.
Yes.
After Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl in his first year of starting for the New England Patriots, did anybody anywhere on planet Earth say, oh, he's coming for Joe Montana? Did anybody think or say that?
No, because, Skip, the reasons why, because he wasn't what he is now. If he had won an MVP in the regular season, had he thrown for 4,000 or 5,000 yards, had he done that, maybe we'd have a different discussion.
He did win the MVP of that Super Bowl, but go ahead.
Skip, because what we've seen guys have outstanding. Desmond Howard won the Super Bowl. Is he a top 100 receiver in NFL history? What about Larry Brown? Is he a top 100? What about Deion Branch? So we've seen guys have outstanding games in a Super Bowl and win the MVP.
Okay, after Tom Brady won his second Super Bowl and was also MVP of that against Carolina, a shootout Super Bowl in which he put up huge numbers, did anybody on planet Earth say, uh-oh, he's coming for Joe Montana? Nobody said that.
You know why, Skip Bayless? Because you have to win regular season MVPs. Let me ask you a question. When Kawhi Leonard won 2 finals MVP, did anybody say he's coming for Jordan? Because he doesn't have any regular season MVPs, Skip?
No, that's not what it is.
Okay.
It's about hype. It's about the spectacular now, if I can use a recent movie title. It's about Patrick Mahomes is overhyped because he throws left-handed passes. He throws them without looking. I don't know. He throws them underhanded behind his back.
So he
is a highlight hype machine.
No substance.
One-man hype machine.
No substance.
He did win an MVP, and he played in 1 Super Bowl in which, by his standards, by his hype standards, he stunk in that Super Bowl. Let's just call it what it was. His QBR was 64, and he had a regular season QBR of almost 80. He was ordinary at best in that Super Bowl by anybody's standards, because late third quarter, he threw an interception down 20-10. And then early fourth quarter, he threw another interception, and they're still down 20-10. And then he got away with a punt of a pass that was fair caught by Tyreek on 3rd and 15 from his 35 with 7 minutes left in the game. And they're still down 20-10, and it went for 44 yards. Tyreek had to reverse field and come back to catch it. And he got away with it. And the reason they were allowed to get away with it was that the opponent was Jimmy G, who was going in the fourth quarter 3 of 11 for a grand total of 36 yards while throwing an interception, and with 1:40 left, missing Emmanuel Sanders, who was wide open at 5 yards free of the defender at the goal line, and he missed him by 5 yards. If he completes that pass, we well might be having a different conversation right now, because Patrick wouldn't be in it yet.
So what about Jared Goff and the way he played in the Super Bowl?
Okay, so what?
But see, you keep saying Jimmy G played bad, and that's why Patrick Mahomes won. What about Jared Goff playing bad? That's the reason Brady won.
Okay, but it was a defensive struggle against a Wade Phillips, who has always had Tom Brady's number.
It's always an excuse why he did it.
He still pulled off a game-winning drive in which he went 5 for 5 in the middle of the fourth quarter while the game was tied 3-3 and put them ahead, the winning margin 10-3.
What about a rather solid defense with those 5 first-rounders at the defensive line? Nick Bosa, Buckner, Armstead. D4. So we're not going to mention that, huh?
No, it was good. I'll give you that. But it's like Tony Romo is disqualifying, rendering irrelevant Tom Brady's body of work. How can we even put Patrick in this conversation? I'm offended by that. It's like we're all going to get struck by lightning. How can you say that Patrick Mahomes projects into winning, I don't know, 6, 7 Super Bowls?
So that's
How
the only
can
way
you say he's going
to
get to 10?
No.
And by the way, could I also make this point? How are we presupposing this is Tom Brady's last Super Bowl? You ready to go on record with that?
Skip. I'm just saying. So the only way he can surpass Tom Brady, he has to win more Super Bowls. He has to get to more Super Bowls, because that's not the criteria we use for Jordan.
What do you mean he was 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs?
So let's just say, for the sake of argument, Patrick Mahomes is 5-0.
Okay.
With 4 or 5 MVPs.
Okay. Well, you could start to make the case. Is he going to get there?
Skip.
Is he?
Did we know Jordan was going to? You see what you did? You see what you did? You guarantee Jordan was going to get there? Did you guarantee it?
No, I didn't guarantee it, but I knew it after 2. After 2, I said, I've never seen anything like this.
So you knew after 2 he would get another 4.
Yeah, I thought he might get another 8. And if he hadn't been forced to go home and take a forced sabbatical for a while, he would have won 8 in a row. You know it, and I know
Skip, I think the thing is that when you talk about GOAT status, Skip, it's just not about championships. It's got to be a complete body of work. It's got to be regular season MVPs. It's got to be Super Bowl. It's got to be Super Bowl MVPs.
Okay.
Leading the league in passing touchdowns. Mahomes' body of work thus far, and this is why they're saying this, Skip, a 5,050 touchdowns, an MVP in the regular season. He were to win this Super Bowl, Skip, I mean, and I'm not saying that if he doesn't, he still can't go on. The way he projects with 25 years of age and a young Tyreek and this team is still young. Who's to say they're not going to be back for the foreseeable future competing for these things?
Who's to say the Bucs aren't going to be back for the next, I don't know, couple of Super Bowls at least? Who's to say next year, going into next year, will the Bucs be favored to win the NFC?
Maybe the NFC, but will they be favored to win the Super Bowl?
I don't know. It depends what happens.
It doesn't matter.
A week from Sunday.
You already know who's going to be favored, Mahomes.
Well, it's possible, but is it possible that they're going to be favored to win the Bucs to win the NFC?
Oh, yeah, more than likely.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. We're not sure about where Aaron Rodgers is. Drew Brees seems like will be gone.
But who do you think is going to be favored to win the AFC for
Probably
the foreseeable future?
Probably. Okay, on the field on Sunday night, week from Sunday night, who will have the 2 best receivers on the field?
The Chiefs.
Not even close. 15 will have the 2 best receivers. The 2, but not the 1 best, but the 2 best.
Who will have the best defense on the field?
I think it's pretty 50-50.
Oh, 50-50. A team that's gotten 7 turnovers in 3 playoff games. That's the 50-50.
Are you kidding me? Do you want me to go back through how torched this defense got all the way to the end of the year? Do you want to go
What about now? You say they're boiled.
You hated Atlanta at the end of the year. 3rd game from the end, that Bucs defense at Atlanta gave up 229 to Matt Ryan in the first half, and they trailed 17-0.
And then what they do the second half?
Well, Brady threw for 330.
No. No, Skip. You didn't mention Brady's numbers in the first. You said Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me, what did Matt Ryan do in the second half? Because you tell me there are 4 quarters to a football game. There's 2 halves. So tell me what Matt Ryan did the second half.
Okay, I don't really care about Matt Ryan,
See?
but I do care
Now
about
you don't
Patrick
care.
Mahomes. But here's what I do care about. I saw with my own 2 eyes Patrick Mahomes throw for, what was it, 359 yards?
Yes.
359
Yes.
in the first half?
Yes.
In the first half. Wait, I got to say that again. I can't even get the words out. 359. I saw Tyreek catch 203 receiving yards in the first quarter against that defense. And you asked me who has the better defense?
Time out.
Seriously?
Okay, but see, but you also told me that Tom Brady outplayed Patrick Mahomes because he threw for 3-something in the second half, and Patrick Mahomes only had 103 in the second half. So now what? So what about the second half? They gave up 359 in the first. They gave up 103 in the second. So now what?
Well, now what? Tom Brady started to turn back into Tom Brady.
But Skip, what is that? Tom Brady was playing
But
defense.
they controlled the ball more in the second half than they did in the first.
Well, Skip,
Even then, it was still 37-23 in time of possession.
so you don't want to talk about Tom Brady and those 4 3-and-outs he had to start the game. So what?
No, because he has a hard time against Steve Spagnuolo. Do you remember what happened in a couple Super Bowls against Steve Spagnuolo?
So why are we having this discussion with him to go? He shouldn't have. Joe Montana had no problems with nobody in the Super Bowl.
Okay, well, that's my point of this whole argument, is that a lot of people still don't think Tom Brady's the GOAT. So why are we? It's like no one will give in to Tom Brady at all. There's no hype about him. There's nothing spectacular about him. Everybody's bored by him. Everybody's sick and tired of him. Nobody honors him as the GOAT. That's what's happening right now. They want him to be. He's getting more GOAT acclaim. 15's getting more GOAT acclaim than 12 is right now.
Skip. Tony Romo believes he's the GOAT because he just basically said that if he beats Patrick Mahomes, there's nothing Mahomes can do.
Think about the premise of that statement. If Patrick Mahomes, how old is he? 25?
25.
Okay. If he at 25 beats a 43-year-old quarterback in his first year with a new team, a team that went 7-9 the year before, a team that nobody saw coming, except maybe me, to get to the Super Bowl. And what's the degree of difficulty? He should win. He's favored to win. So why is it such a challenge or such an achievement to beat the 43-year-old? How will that launch his GOAT career? Do you see what I mean?
What winning a Super Bowl?
Okay, but how big a deal is it to beat a 43-year-old whose team has been terrible? Like, his team has been nothing but great. Even the 3 years before he took over at starter, they went to the playoffs 3 straight times. They were winning 12, 11, 10 games. And he took over a very good team. He's got the 2 best receivers. He's got the best offensive coach in football.
Were they the 2 best receivers before he got them?
Yeah.
So you're saying Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, before Patrick Mahomes got there, they were the 2 best receivers in the NFL?
I think they were.
Skip, stop.
Well, you know that. They had the you saw it all over the field. They were running crazy. I saw Tyreek Hill coming when I'm rooting for my University of Oklahoma against Oklahoma State, and Stoops stupidly punted to Tyreek at the end of the game. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he ran it 80 yards back and beat him.
Skip.
You could see it.
I understand that, but Tyreek was a returner. He worked on his game, crafted his game, and now he's turned himself into a great receiver where he doesn't even return the ball. Travis Kelce was a very good tight end, but we were not talking about Travis Kelce possibly being the GOAT tight end when he was playing with Alex Smith. We've talked about this the last 3 years since he's paired up with Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
I'm not saying that these guys don't help Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes has allowed Travis Kelce to take their games to the next level.
So as we start to evaluate Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowl career as he goes forward, obviously you think he's going to play in 6 or 8 or 10.
No, that's not what I said. No, I didn't.
Well, that's your gut feeling. You're heading that way.
No.
We have to evaluate how he plays in his wins and maybe his Super Bowl losses. So we look at Tom Brady. He's won 6 rings with 6 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter overtime. That's pretty great. In a 7th Super Bowl, he had what looked like a game-winning drive of 80 yards. And with 2:42 left, he hit Randy Moss with what I thought was the game-winning touchdown to put them up 14-10 versus Eli. And here came Eli going 83 yards the other way in 12 plays against Bill Belichick's vaunted defense. Was that Brady's fault? No, it wasn't.
14 points?
So to me,
14 points?
well, it should have stood up. It should have been 14-10 if you got Bill Belichick on defense.
Whoa, hold on. You got Tom Brady, who was the first time in NFL history.
Did he score enough to win the game?
No, he did
Yes.
not. No.
Yes.
You got Tom Brady, a unanimous MVP, who his team averaged 36.7 points a game.
Help me out.
And he only gave me 14?
If Bill Belichick has to stop Eli from scoring a touchdown in the last 2 minutes of the game because they need more than 4, obviously. It's not a 3-point game.
Right.
It's a 4-point game. Do you were the odds on, would your money be on Bill Belichick to stop Eli going 83 yards?
All the money was on Tom Brady because he was the MVP. All the money was on the Patriots because they had the unanimous MVP.
Did he do enough to win that game?
No, he did
yes,
not.
He
no,
did. It's in black and white. It's on the scoreboard. 14-10. Game over with 2 minutes left.
How was the game over then? So they won.
What happened to Bill Belichick? You say he's the GOAT.
They won.
Huh?
You said the game over, 14-10.
Yeah. Well, it should have been. Where's Bill Belichick?
Hold on.
Because he's overrated.
Hold on, time out.
He's getting
Skip,
exposed.
Skip, stop this.
Okay,
Skip.
let's go to the other one. How about Nick Foles against Bill Belichick?
Yes.
Nick Foles scores 41 points. Tom Brady throws for a playoff record, not a Super Bowl record, an all-time playoff record, 505 yards. Puts up 33 points, and he loses 41-33 because his coach's defense can't stop the backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hold on. But see how you criticize the defense when they lose, but you didn't heap praise on them when they beat the greatest show on turf?
Okay, they did. I told you that's his one masterpiece. I give you a masterpiece.
Okay, what about Malcolm Butler picking the ball in the end zone?
No, it was good. It was a good play.
Oh, so
wait a second. How about Tom Brady in the fourth quarter against the Legion of Boom?
So
124 and 2 touchdowns against the Legion of Boom.
If Malcolm Butler does not make that interception, do you win or lose the game?
You lose. But,
okay, then thank you.
Wait, if they're down 24-14 going to the
Why
fourth
are they down?
quarter. Well, I don't know.
You do know. Was Tom Brady
they're up against a defense that a lot of people thought was the greatest defense ever, and Brady torched it in the fourth quarter.
I just want to know what thing.
So look at the body of work. Should have won 2 more Super Bowls.
He could have lost 2 more.
No, he put him in position. He had game-winning drives.
Skip, you don't get to get put in. Skip, you see what you did?
It's the most extraordinary resume in the history of sports in any sport. Nobody has ever played at the classic clutch level that Tom Brady has in lots of AFC championship games and all of his Super Bowls. And for that kid to have this pressure on him, you better win this game if you're going to be the GOAT. Good luck and God bless you, because the achievement that this man is still building is off the chart. We've never seen anything like it before.
Mahomes does not need any outside pressure. He put the pressure on himself the moment he started, and he went 5,050 touchdowns in his first full year of starting. His life was forever changed. He was never going to be just a guy. He was never going to get the opportunity. Well, you got to let him play. You got to let him fail. I mean, he's only in his first year starting. He was never going to have that luxury again because he did what he did. He took a team to the AFC Championship game. Tom Brady got the ball in overtime, and he never saw it back. He comes back up the next year. He gets them to the Super Bowl after falling behind in every single game. 2 in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. He did that. So, Skip, he's never going to get judged like a normal quarterback. He's only going to get judged like the Pantheon greats. He's only going to get judged like Brady has, like Montana, like the Elway. That's how he's going to be judged, Skip. He's never going to be like a normal quarterback, how we see him get a chance to grow, you have some struggles. That's never going to be him. He'll never get that luxury again. That's out the window now.
Well, then I feel sorry.
Don't feel sorry for him. He's okay. Skip, you know how that is. You know how Jordan was. Skip, once Jordan did what he did in '86, he was never going to be normal again.
I remember this kid named Aaron Rodgers winning a Super Bowl. It's like 10 or 11 years ago now. I forget how long ago it was. And everybody said, how many is going to win?
Hold
6,
on.
8, 10?
Think about it. You remember when Tom Brady won his last Super Bowl? It was 10 years before he won another one. You remember that, Skip? You never said it was so long ago that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl. You know why? And people, they do that about Aaron Rodgers. 2010 was so long ago. But 2005 was a very long time ago, too, before Tom Brady won another one in 20.
So are you suggesting that from here on, Aaron Rodgers is going to get to, 9 more Super Bowls?
I didn't make any suggestion. All I said is that people didn't say it's been a long time, it's been a decade since Tom Brady won the last Super Bowl. Nobody said that. Because you know why? Because we like Tom. Oh, he didn't go 10 years. Okay. Who's to say that Aaron can't go back for another 1 or 2? I'm not saying that he will, but who's to say that he can't? But the story.
I'll say he can't.
All I'm saying is that Patrick Mahomes is that the standard that we're judging him by. Yes, Skip, it's unfair because he brought that on himself by being so great at such a young age. But we never said that if Brady loses, he can't beat. Oh, he'll just bounce back. But it's always if they lose, they can never beat. There's no bounce back with anybody else other than Tom Brady. That's my only thing, Skip. Tom Brady is great. He's been great in the biggest moments. I think that's his greatest attribute. Not that he's outstanding through the course of the game, but as you say, when you shove all the money to in the middle of the table, whether he has a great hand or not, he can bluff you off your hand. So it's not what he has, it's what you don't have. Give him credit. I'm going to give him credit for that, Skip. But you try to make it seem like Patrick Mahomes is a bum.
I didn't say he's a bum, but he's played one Super Bowl, and he was below average by his standards in that one Super Bowl. And we now are talking about he's in the GOAT conversation.
Let me ask you a question.
Really?
Do you believe that he played better in his first Super Bowl or Tom Brady played better in his?
Tom Brady, go look at the last drive. Go look at it.
So let me ask you a question. Was Tom Brady ever down in that game by double digits?
No.
Okay.
No, but again, they were a 14-point underdog.
Yeah.
Was Mahomes the underdog last year?
No.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
the greatest, think about it. Coach Belichick shut down the
He
greatest
did.
show
I
on
told
turf.
you it was a masterpiece, but it was also a masterpiece, quiet masterpiece, an underrated masterpiece of what he did in the last drive.
With 4 Hall of Famers on the offensive side of the football and another potential one.
Okay.
That's what Coach Belichick held to 17 points. That's what Coach Belichick held to 17 points.
And that was his last hurrah. Seriously.
Stop it.
Well, go look. Go show me.
Skip.
Seriously.
So what?
Overrated.
What was the Rams? What did he do against the Rams?
Against
The Rams.
the St. Louis or the LA
Yeah, LA Rams. 13 points. 3 points.
The Rams are trying to replace their quarterback as we speak.
Hold up. They're trying to replace Did Tom Brady beat that guy? You mean to tell me Tom Brady beat a guy that they already tried to replace in the Super Bowl, but you give him credit?
Well, it was the best defense in pro football that he beat.
So what was San Francisco last year?
They were pretty good. They were top 5. Yeah.
So they were no good. Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
But Jimmy G, he just said, "Here, I gift wrap this
What did
for you."
what did Jared Goff do? Here, I gift wrap this.
Well, I don't know that he did. It was just
So,
he just couldn't
Skip-
muster up any offense.
So what about Jimmy G? So he just couldn't muster up any offense. So what about Coach?
3 of 11 in the fourth quarter.
So let me ask you a question. What about Coach Belichick against Atlanta in the second half? How many points did he give up in the second half?
Okay, he was good. But Tom Brady threw for 246 in the fourth quarter in overtime. That's unheard of.
He threw for 505, but Coach Belichick's defense couldn't get a stop. They lost. You see
Couldn't
what?
get a stop. 41 points. Are you kidding me?
He gave up 28 in the first half. That's like Skip says, 28 in the first half, 20 in the second half. The score should have been 56-6. What was the final score, Skip?
Of which game?
Atlanta. So if you if Tom Brady had this many points in the first half and this many yards in the second half, he should have that. Coach Belichick's defense, give him credit. But I disagree with Tony Romo in what he said.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.